Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Pin the Place on the Donkey. Well, good afternoon to you. It's good to see you here, and I wonder if you can tell me where Doris is today. Where is Doris today? It's a difficult one because most of you, or some of you perhaps, have not been in this place, perhaps. If you don't know me, you haven't been here. Well, let me pin the place on the donkey. For some of you, you would have got it. Others perhaps not so. Yes, we're in my house, in our house here in Tredegar. Now, why are we in our house? Well, because I want to show you somebody in our house. Hello, Oshan. Pnawn da. Hello, how are you? Here is Oshan. It's actually lunchtime, and Oshan is having his lunch. You can see his little crisps under his chinny chin chin, and he's having his lunch, eating away. He is wondering what all this is about. Why am I showing you Oshan? Well, I want to read to you from Hebrews, a book in the New Testament, and I want to read to you something about Christmas in Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 1 to 4. Hebrews chapter 1, verses 1 to 4. In the past, God spoke to our forefathers through the prophet at many times and in various ways. But in these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom he made the universe. The Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. After he had provided purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty in heaven. Now, you might think that's a bit of a strange reading. It's not a traditional Christmas reading. And yet, why on earth am I reading you that? Well, because it tells us something about who the Lord Jesus Christ is. It tells us about who the Lord Jesus Christ is and was before he became a man, before he added humanity to his divinity. It says here that God has spoken to us through his Son, has shown himself through his Son to us. And who is this Son? Through whom he made the whole universe. God the Father, through God the Son, made the whole universe. Then the Son is the radiance of God's glory. That means the Son, in his essence, in his nature, is exactly the same as God. The Son is God. This is the eternal Son of God. And he's sustaining everything by his powerful word. Jesus Christ didn't just begin, the Son of God didn't just begin being when he was a man. He's from eternity, the creator, the sustainer of everything, the eternal Son of God, who then added humanity to his divinity when he was born in Bethlehem. But why am I showing you Oshan? Well, let's have a look at him. Oshan, for the last month, has been starting eating. Let's give him a little... He's not sure. He's been starting eating in the last month, and he has to learn how to eat. Well, of course, the eternal Son of God added humanity to his divinity. The one who created everything, the one through whom everything is sustained, became a little baby and had to learn how to eat, had to learn and had to be dependent upon his mother, Mary, and his father, Joseph. He had to learn everything. The one who through everything was created had to learn. I want you to imagine that the chief executive of McDonald's turns up one day in Ebbowvale drive-through McDonald's in his costume, in his normal working McDonald's clothes, and he says, "I've come for the cleaner's job, I've come for the cleaner's job." And he's come to clean the toilets. And they all know, "But you're the chief executive of McDonald's." "Yes, I know, I've come to clean the toilet." That would be amazing. But think of this. The eternal Son of God, the one through whom everything was created, the one who sustains the world, he became a little baby.
And he became a little baby and had to learn how to eat, how to walk, how to talk. That's quite amazing. And of course the big question is why? Why did he do that? Imagine the chief executive of McDonald's. He comes to Ebbw Vale, he cleans the toilets, and in the end somebody asks him why. And there's a member in the staff in Ebbw Vale, imagine. His daughter, the chief executive's daughter. She's on the staff there, she works in the kitchen. And she's estranged from her father, she's fallen out from her father. So her father, the chief executive of McDonald's, he becomes a cleaner in the shop so that he can win his daughter back to himself. Why did the eternal Son of God, the one through whom everything was created, the one who sustains everything, why did he become a little baby learning how to eat? Because he loved you and he wants to win us back to God. Because it says here in the reading I had, after he had provided purification for sins. Jesus Christ came to deal with our sin. He grew up, he went to that cross and he died there, taking the punishment for our sin in our place. After 3 days he rose from the dead. He loved us so much that he came to save us, so that we don't have to be far away from God anymore, so we don't have to be broken from God, so we don't have to be under God's condemnation. No, on that cross Jesus took the punishment for all our sin, so that we can be forgiven, and if we trust in Jesus we can be restored to God. I want you to think this Christmas, it is an amazing, unique truth that the Son of God left the splendour, the glory of heaven, became a little baby, had to learn to eat and crawl and everything. Why? Because he loves you and wanted to bring you back to God. What will you do with the Lord Jesus this Christmas? Well, Oshan, diolch yn fawr I ti. Thank you. He's stuffing a little crisp into his mouth. Diolch yn fawr. And it's time to say, before we leave and look at Doris the donkey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for playing Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Where will Doris be next time? Bye. Ta-ra.